Howdy music fans, thanks so much for joining me for contest number 1. I must make a little disclaimer or correction about my video from yesterday. I apologize, I didn't put this in there. I did put it later in the description, but I can't send 10 records overseas. So if an overseas person wins, I would send you a $20 gift card to Amazon or something like that, or the CDs. I would definitely do the CDs still. I'd prefer to do them without jewel cases, but whatever's your preference. So I'm sorry about that, and I'm sorry that I didn't think about that ahead of time or post that yesterday, but I can ship the records in the US because media mail, they'll be pretty inexpensive. Okay, if you do this contest, go ahead and post your video, the link to your video right in the comments, and that way I'll see it right there. You can try and tag me, I guess, and hopefully I'll see that. I don't know how that works, but I'm guessing if you did that, it would alert me and I would go to it. Okay, tribute albums. That's what we're going to do. Tribute albums is the first contest thread, and maybe people have done this before in the past. I hope if they have, it hasn't been too recent, so it's still kind of fresh for you. I've never been real big on tribute albums. I've always preferred to listen to the original artist, but they've grown on me over the years, and I have several here. I've got 10 that I've put out that I've pulled out of my collection to show you. You guys can do however many you want. I'd say hopefully you'll do 3 at least, and no more than 10, hopefully somewhere in there between 3 and 10. If you want to rank them, go for it. I'm not going to rank them, I don't think, but I will show you 10 of the handful I have. I don't have many more than 10, maybe another 5 or 6, I don't know. First one, Dedicated for the Grateful Dead. This is one of the first tribute albums I ever got a hold of or heard and liked, and I recently found it again for $1, so I decided to rebuy it after I'd gotten rid of it years ago. My favorite tunes on here are Suzanne Vega's version of China Doll and her version of Cassidy. I think she does a spectacular job. The production is great, but there's lots of great acts on here, including the Marshmallows, a Dan Baird configuration, Dwight Yoakam, Warren Zevon, Indigo Girls, Lyle Lovett, Los Lobos, Cowboy Junkies, list goes on and on. So Dedicated, tribute to the Grateful Dead. Next one, Bloodshot Records did one for Wanda Jackson, and of course they have lots of Bloodshot artists on here like Nico Case doing Brown Eyed Handsome Man, which is a Chuck Berry song, but Wanda Jackson did it as well. And they've got Kelly Hogan on here, and Robbie Fulks, and Kim Lentz, and the Bottle Rockets, and lots of great people, and lots of great songs. I did a video, a 2-part for 2020, Best of 2020, and the first part was reissues and fun finds of 2020, and one of them was a Wanda Jackson album that Dave Alvin produced that I was shocked by how great it was, that I really like. So anyway, Wanda Jackson tribute album. Okay, next is another Bloodshot. Johnny Cash, The Dark and Lonely World of Johnny Cash. Explore the Dark and Lonely World of Johnny Cash by John Langford's Pine Valley Cosmonauts, which has members of the Mekons and the Waco Brothers and Bottle Rockets and lots of Bloodshot folks. The cool thing about this is I used to own it years ago and I lost it, and I wrote Bloodshot Records about it, and they sent me a new one. I mean, that's how freaking cool they are. So I did want to include that, mostly for that story, but it is a good set of songs and a good great band that does them too. And they don't do just every Johnny Cash song and every big hit like that everybody would expect. They do What Is Truth and Next in Line, and there are some hits on here. Give My Love to Rose, and I Got Stripes, and let's see, Tennessee Flat Top Box they do. So they do some really great stuff on here, including a few that are more, as the kids say today, deeper cuts. Next, we're going through a little bit of a country phase here. I've got Lonesome Ornery and Mean, a tribute to Waylon Jennings, one of my all-time heroes of country music, who I have met once. Guy Clark, Nancy Griffith, Dave Alvin, Nora Jones, John Doe from X, Junior Brown, one of the guitar wizards of our day, Robert Earl Keen, Carlene Carter, Chris Christopherson, Alejandro Escovedo, and the Crickets, of course, have a connection to Waylon Jennings. He played bass for Buddy Holly. Henry Rollins is also on here, so pretty cool. Nice tribute to Waylon Jennings. There we go. And this one is Timeless, tribute to Hank Williams. Can you see the picture there? There it is. And this one has some great folks on it, including Keith Richards, Bob Dylan, Sheryl Crow, Keb Mo, Beck, Mark Knopfler, Tom Petty, Emmylou Harris, Lucinda Williams, Hank III, and Johnny Cash. Ryan Adams, I'm not a huge fan of him, but I know people love him to death, and he falls into this world of alt country and singer-songwriter stuff. Timeless, Hank Williams. A lot of really great artists on this, and it's a really great collection. Is this the last country one? I think so. Billy Joe Shaver. Is this just called a tribute to Billy Joe Shaver live? So it's a concert film. It's got, or a concert CD. It's got Todd Snyder, of course, because they were good friends. Guy Clark, Jimmy Dale Gilmore, Bruce Robeson, with Kelly Willis, his wife, and Robert Earl Keen, Joe Ely, Dale Watson, Jack Ingram. It just goes on and on and on. Great, great folks here, including Billy Joe Shaver on 4 songs or 4 songs, I think. So this is another tribute album that I do like. And Enjoy Every Sandwich, the songs of Warren Zevon. I found this recently and was shocked at how good it was. It's got Adam Sandler doing Werewolves of London, and it kicks ass. So go figure. Maybe I'll put a link to that down there in the comments or in the description. It's got Don Henley, it's got Steve Earle, it's got Jackson Browne with Bonnie Raitt and Bruce Springsteen and the Wallflowers, and his son Jordan Zevon and Billy Bob Thornton, and Bob Dylan, the live version of Mutineer. Just wonderful, wonderful stuff. I picked this up recently, and I was very happy and shocked at how great it was. I listened to it before I bought it, but that's why I bought it. Next, Ted Hawkins, Cold and Bitter Tears. This is wonderful, and look for him in my Unsung Heroes video coming up in a couple or a few weeks. James McMurtry, Casey Chambers, Mary Gaucher, I got to do a video on her. Sonny Sweeney, Randy Weeks from The Lonesome Strangers and also of Lucinda Williams fame. Garth Morlix of Lucinda Williams fame, as well as Warren Zevon fame, and Ian McLagan fame. Danny Barnes from the Bad Livers and Seattle, big Seattle act or artist. The Damnations are great. Shiny Ribs is on this, and Steve James, who I've taken guitar lessons from, slide lessons from, in person and in classes. He's a fantastic slide player, and he does Whole Lot of Women, the Ted Hawkins tune there. So this is another great cover album, tribute album. And then I'm going to do the next, another blues one. Well, Ted Hawkins isn't quite blues, but bluesy-esque. God Don't Ever Change, the songs of Blind Willie Johnson. Larkin Poe did a Blind Willie Johnson song on their last album they put out this year, Self-Made Man, for last year, 2020. This album has Tom Waits a couple of times, Lucinda Williams a couple of times. Who else is on here? It's got a lot of folks. Cowboy Junkies are on here. Highly recommend this. Ricky Lee Jones is on this. Derek Trucks and Susan Tedeschi are on this. So yeah, I highly recommend this one to Blind Willie Johnson. He's fantastic. Great guitar player, great slide player. I believe 30s and 40s was when he was around. I'm not exactly sure, but last one, Going Home, a tribute to Fats Domino. Picked this up for real cheap recently, and I got it from the library years ago, so I kind of knew what was on it. But it's got Lucinda on it again. It's got Tom Petty on it again. B.B. King and Dirty Dozen Brass Band, Paul McCartney, Lenny Kravitz, Dr. John, Bonnie Raitt, Art Neville, Robbie Robertson, Randy Newman, Robert Plant, Norah Jones. It's a double disc set. Neil Young. Toots and the Maytals are on here. Ben Harper. I mean, it just goes on and on. Bruce Hornsby. Just lots of great people. Los Lobos, John Lennon. Ain't That a Shame, of course. So anyway, yeah, Fats Domino. So these are the tribute albums that I chose to show today. Again, I've got another handful that I didn't include, but these I know I like and remember that I like. And yeah, so go ahead and show me your tribute albums, and what do you think of tribute albums? Where do you put them in your CD collection? I put them at the end of that artist, so this is the last thing on the Waylon Jennings section. And except for this one actually goes with Pine Valley Cosmonauts, and this goes into Bloodshot section. Anyway, yeah, show us your tribute albums. Like I say, if you do 3, that'd be great. If you do 10, that'd be great. Somewhere between 3 and 10 would be, I think, ideal. And if you want to rank them, that'd be really cool. I'm not doing that, but you could. And that's it. That's all you got to do is show some tribute albums for this contest, and you're in, and you're in the drawing. And I really appreciate your participation, and I'd love to hear what you think of my picks. And that's it. Thanks. Have a good day.